How's it going, folks, and welcome back to Park to Prem. Today I have a treat for you, a triple header at the top of the championship table. 7 games played, 7 wins, but today we're going to find out, are we the real deal? We are going to be taking on Derby County, Stoke City and Cardiff City, 3 of the top 5. If we win all of these, I'm convinced that promotion is a certainty this year. If we lose these, we are going to start to doubt ourselves a little. And form's been great, players have been great, but our star man, the man running the show for us, Gurrutxaga, has got injured and is out for the next 3 weeks. He's going to miss every single game. It's going to be tough. Let's see how we get on today, shall we? Yes, folks, how is it going? And welcome back to Park to Prem. I hope you're doing fantastic. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Just before we get into things today, yesterday's episode was a little on the longer side, and there was lots of talk about the transfers, the tactics, the team. I feel like sometimes it's nice to give you a better insight into my mind, but when I was editing it, I was like, this is long and wordy. How did you find it? Feedback requested. Please let me know what you thought of yesterday's video. I think it was fine. I feel like with Football Manager, it's a game about spreadsheets, so inevitably there's lots to talk about sometimes. And of course, when it's a transfer special especially, there's loads of players coming in. And I feel like it is nice and kind of important to explain the rationale of transfers. I do wonder if maybe I went overload with detail. So we're going to try and avoid to do that today, but let me know in the comments what you thought. In terms of today and how things have been going, things going pretty good on the whole. We made 1 transfer since you were last here for the first team, and it's an old favourite. Mcdonald signed from FC United for £5 million. Yes, that's a very generous sum of money to give them. Ultimately, Mcdonald comes in to be our 3rd choice goalkeeper. Over the summer, another player I picked up as a backup that I didn't really talk about was Bazunu, who adds to the Irish contingent of players we have at the club. He's a very, very good backup goalkeeper, 29 years old. He has signed a 5-year deal with a 3-year extension if we get promoted. To be honest, as far as 2nd choice Premier League goalkeepers go, I think he's very, very good. And if we get promoted, he's here basically to the end of time, till he's 37. So I feel like we've got a nice long-term backup goalkeeping option needed, but I did want a 3rd choice. We brought in Mcdonald, given FC United a load of money. Just to look at their transfers, they actually sold another player for a significant sum of money. That man, Samuel Com, he has now gone to West Ham for £5 million that can raise up to 7. So hopefully, you'd think they'd be doing well. Obviously, they've reinvested some of that money, but despite all the money that we've given them, despite a bank balance of £15 million, right now at least, FC United in the relegation zone. I don't know what more I can do to help them. So since you were last here, plenty of games played, but we've got a triple header today, so we're going to get through these quickly. It's a sea of green, a sea of convincing results. I guess the most notable, an 8-1 win against Birmingham City in the EFL Trophy. In this game, Severin picked up a hat-trick. This man probably going to be playing a fair few of today's games with Gurrutxaga's injury, of course. The 19-year-old labelled the Polish Erling Haaland. In the match engine, he's very kind of hench. He's very tall, he's very big. Looks a bit weird when he's playing out on the wing, but I like him a lot. He's got a bit of Adama Traore energy about him with the way he runs at defences. He announced himself with a hat-trick there, and he's continued to chip in as we've gone through the months of August and September. You can see wins here against Sunderland, Ipswich, beating our local rivals Brighton and Hove Albion in the EFL Trophy was amazing. It was a Gurrutxaga penalty that secured us the win there. Of course, Brighton relegated from the Premier League last year. They struggled a lot. They are kind of our fierce rivals, so always good to get a win over on them. And then in the league, we've shifted our focus where we've beaten Watford 2-0, Wolverhampton Wanderers we beat 3-1, Wigan Athletic 3-0, Queen's Park Rangers 2-0, plenty of clean sheets, plenty of goals, and I am still playing with a false 9, and I really, really like how the team plays in the match engine. Our most recent game was against Middlesbrough in the EFL Cup, which we continue to march on in. We've actually been drawn, I think, against Southend. It's some kind of League 2 opposition in the next round, so maybe a chance of a cup run? Maybe a way into Europe. I might be getting a bit carried away. It's only like the 5th round that we're in. But you can see here the team that played this game, Kazoo and Severin, actively involved. And, well, you can expect them to be involved today as we go into the first game against Derby County, who currently sit in 2nd. So in terms of team news for today's game, this is the team we're going to go with into game number 1 as we take on Derby County. Now, Aldir and Manu Kone, both coming back from injuries, both have passed fitness tests, so are able to play maybe keep a close eye on them. Elsewhere in the team, Severin and Kazoo are going to be playing in the wide attacking mid-areas with De Silva, the star striker, up front. Of course, signed from Liverpool, £44 million paid, and well, so far, not getting a load of goals, but a really good average rating. And to be honest, the nicest thing about our team right now is we're not overly reliant on anyone, really, except maybe Gurrutxaga for goals. Of course, Gurrutxaga takes penalties, which inflates his numbers. But we definitely look like a team full of attacking talent, which, when you consider how many extra strikers I bought this year, you would hope would be the case. Elsewhere, of course, Severin's out on the right-hand side. Middleby just dropped to the bench today, bit of rotation. He's not been amazing on the pitch. Off the pitch, he's developing a ton, the young Australian. I have been impressed by him, but we need to keep things fresh. We need to keep things rotating around. And this is a team that I look at and think, yeah, against the team in second, I do think this is our best team, at least based off form right now. So 7 wins in 7 games to start the season, hoping we can keep things going here, and well, we are going to have a very early highlight. Of course, 3 matches coming your way. In all the games that we've played, we've had so much of possession, averaging over 60%, and also created a ton as well. I thought for a second we were going to create an early goal. Severin at the back post, the Polish international, making his live com debut today. Hoping he's going to show you what he's been all about. He's been really, really solid for us. And well, we could have another chance here. Couple of balls into the box, couple of headers over. In the first 10 minutes, we look lively. Goal kick for Derby County. Pedersen to Long to Thomas. They're going to look to build it out from the back, Derby County. Of course, they're second in the league. They're a good team here. They should provide stiff opposition. And well, they've got Amu bringing it forward, who plays it forward to BRF, who hits it just wide of the post. Of course, I've just remembered Derby County. Back when we were at FC United, we played in the FA Cup a few years ago. I feel like I've got a little bit of a rivalry against the club as a manager. I'd love to beat them here. We might have a chance because Kazoo, who's in possession, has it high up the pitch. He, by the way, is leading in the assist charts. He has been absolutely incredible out on the left, as have our wing-backs. McIntosh, speaking of the devil, in the wide area. Can he put the ball into the mixer? He is. Back post, Kazoo goes down after the ball's gone over. A penalty's been given. That was weird, wasn't it? You know what? I'm not going to complain. Penalty's been given. That seemed like the most needless foul ever after an overhit cross. But we have a chance from the spot. De Silva, can he finish it? He can. Keeper goes the right way. Can't get his hand on it. And that is goal number 6 of the season for Juan Pablo De Silva. He came in the summer, £44 million, a big price tag, snatched the captain's armband. And with his overhead kicks and his arguing with officials, he has been a pretty important part of this team so far, and he's given us a very important lead here, which we will, well, maybe look to extend before half-time to Leo at centre-back, to Omar Bamidele, Valdir, Henier. Lovely build-up play here. Omar Richards, the 33-year-old, the pensioner in the team, puts it in. De Silva's there, makes it 2-0. Talked about the wing-backs. We are playing with the confidence and swagger. And this Derby County team, as I've already mentioned a load of times, they're in second. They're meant to be a good team. And so far in this game, they've not played ball. I mean, look at this. 63% of possession. They've not had a shot on target yet. And, well, we have had only a couple of shots on target, really. But we've taken the ones that came our way. Oh, it feels good, doesn't it? At the break, 2-0 up. Very happy, dominating possession. More of the same in the second half, please. I did wonder against our 2 centre mids coming back from injury if this kind of narrow 3-man attacking midfield that Derby County have used infrequently this year might cause us some issues. So far, it hasn't really been the case. And in fact, with them playing kind of the narrow 3 attacking mids, I think that's just enabled our wing-backs to get higher up the pitch without really being marked. Because we hold on to the ball so well, they're not even able to catch us out kind of in transition. And well, there's just a confidence and a swagger. It's lovely. If there's end product here, I was about to say it could be a goal of the season contender, but unfortunately, Kyazu hits it at the goalkeeper. And you know what? 25 minutes left. Let's make some changes. I'm going to bring in Middleby. I'm going to take off Kazoo and move De Silva out onto the left-hand side. He might be a little bit annoyed with me, given the fact he's on a hat-trick. But I want to bring in Middleby. Elsewhere, I'm going to bring in Jamie Shackleton, I think, in the centre of the midfield. Okay, double change made. We have brought in Shackleton. We've brought in Middleby. De Silva has been pushed out wide on the left-hand side with Kazoo going off. Elsewhere, I've also taken off Valdir, just because they're coming back from injury. Of course, our 2 centre mids, who have done fine in this game, really. I'm hoping that in making these changes, I'm not about to immediately concede. It's now 2-1. Derby County, for the first time all game, get the ball up the field. And, well, they find the back of the net with a well-placed finish into the bottom corner. Severin here, giving the ball away in a disadvantageous position, and from there, just a little bit caught out in transition. That thing I mentioned earlier, where if we give away the ball as we, start to move into the attack, their free attacking mids could cause us issues. They've done that. It's happened. I'm not going to change anything, though, just because, besides that one little mistake by Severin, it's been one-way traffic. Bringing in Sane for Henier just to end the game as well. One last change. I get accused of not using my subs by the comment section. I've done it today. You can't argue with me. And whilst the second half wasn't the most convincing there, it was still a rather commanding performance on the whole. 59% of possession. We created more. We scored more. And, we end up getting 3 points, which sees us, as you can see here, continue at the top of the table. A 6-point cushion. Great goal difference. Of course, Cardiff and Stoke await. 2 more games coming your way. The first is Stoke. It's in a week's time. I think they've just slipped up themselves, so they're going to look to set the record straight. And well, speaking of straight, we've won 12 games in a row, which I believe is a club record. How long can we keep that going? Could this be a year where we win every single game in the Championship? I think I am getting a little bit carried away, but let's see if we can keep it going against Stoke in 7 days' time. I feel like even when things are going to plan on the pitch, they're not going to plan off the pitch. The game against Cardiff, the third game today, been postponed due to international games. I actually got given the option to postpone it and declined the option. I thought, you know what, I'll play without 4 first-team players. I'll make it work for the video. And then Cardiff went and bloody asked for it to be rearranged. So the game's now not happening till November. As a result, I've got the enticing choices of Wolves away or Hull at home, or Luton, who are bottom. I think we'll just do the West Brom game. So going into this second game against Stoke, we're going to play the exact same team, no messing around, hoping maybe we see a little bit more from Severin and Kazoo. I thought they were both a little quiet on either wing. Elsewhere, De Silva, of course, played absolutely amazingly. Asked him to play on the left, asked him to play as a striker. He's done a job in both positions so far this year. Hopefully, we can make it 2 wins in 2 here. Okay, corner very early on. De Silva on his left foot. The in-swinger to Marcus Tilio. The 2 South Americans linking up nicely. That is the start I wanted in this game. First highlight, first goal, 3 minutes in. What could have been maybe a bit of a tricky game. Maybe a little bit of a nervy game as well, taking on Stoke City. Looks like it could be more straightforward than I perhaps feared it would be. I feel like after the game against Derby, where we dominated but only won 2-1, there was a little bit of fear. I was kind of impressed by how well Derby contained us, and as we bring the ball forward again, I'm worried that Stoke might not have the same resilience. Henier, inside to Severin, bursting through the middle. Can he finish it? Oh my word, what a first goal to get in a video for the young Polish international. Severin, from that right-hand side. I told you, he's like quite beefy and quite chunky. He's not kind of your nippy winger cutting in from that left-hand side. Picks up the ball, 40 yards out, skips past one man. It all opens up for him like Moses parting the sea. And he tucks in the bottom corner to make it 2-0 inside the first 6 minutes. I'll tell you what, if you thought the floodgates were going to open, they've not. 30 minutes in, we've had 2 highlights, we've had 2 goals. Not a great deal happening since then, although we have had 64% of the ball. We are absolutely dominating possession, and we've got it here at the back. Looking to craft out an opportunity from deep. Tilio plays it forward to Severin. He's in again. This time, Rioch makes an insane stop, gets a great hand to it. Stoke City living dangerously. They have not created nearly enough in this game. We have constantly been on the front foot. Well, I thought for a second there we were going to have another chance. At the break, 2-0 again. Getting a sense of deja vu. Both of these games we've come out in the second half and looked by far and away the better team. Hoping we'll be slightly less complacent this time around. Well, we could have an early chance here. De Silva over the free kick. A man very capable with free kicks on his left foot. On this occasion, he kicks it straight at the wall, but he has still got it. He's been fouled again. Are we going to get another free kick immediately? What is this highlight? Okay, it's on the other side. So Kazoo's going to take it on his right foot, and oh my word, the keeper's got a huge hand to it to tip it wide. We've had a lot of set pieces, a lot of corners. De Silva floating it in. Tilio hits the woodwork. And somehow Stoke City still in this game. Coming up to an hour gone here. Again, like the last game, we've dominated the early stages, got 2 goals and then kind of vibed. 63% of the ball. They've not had a shot. It's kind of been as dominant as you could expect. I'm going to take off Kazoo here and I'm going to make actually the same change as last time. For a second, I was thinking about bringing in Adam Eder. I'll be honest, given the fact we signed so many strikers in the summer, he's not really in my first team plans nearly enough. In fact, he's made one appearance this year on off the bench in the EFL Cup. But we're going to bring in Middleby. Elsewhere, I might bring in Ferguson and Shackleton, the duo in midfield. Two players who kind of were forced into first team contention due to injuries to Valdir and Kone. They're both on yellow cards. They're both coming back from injury. So, you know what? We'll just bring back the old duo who have played together a lot so far this year and impressed me. Feel like we can trust them in a game like this. Omobamidele, free kick just inside the Stoke City half. We take it short, or we look to hold on to the ball and knock it around well. Richards at left back, already one assist in today's episode. Could he get another here? He gives it to Ferguson, who does lose the ball, but Stoke City just don't have an out ball. They are pinned back in their half. It's now with Severin. Tries to pass the ball and it's blocked, but he's still got the ball. He's hit it. Rios, questionable goalkeeping. De Silva, Henier, in off the post, 3-0. And the goal has been coming, the third goal. We finally got it. Unlike the Derby County game where it was a little nervy to end, this is going to end confidently. And, well, I can end this game relaxed. De Silva mopping up the pieces, pulls it back to Henier. Had lots of bodies between him and the goal, but managed to find the woodwork. It crept in off the post. And that makes it 3-0. Goal kick taken short to Talio, who's now going to look to bring it out. Henier, though, caught in possession. Barlow for Stoke, who, of course, are going to consider themselves still in it, are going to continue to play forward here and try and get a goal back. I feel like we've played Stoke a lot so far in our time at Palace. This is the third time we're playing them in a live com, but it's just kind of the way the games have lined up. On my word, Ruiz, what are we doing? What are we? That is, to be honest, not the most conventional goalkeeping. They might have a corner here as well. Not sure if the Stoke DNA of set pieces and big meaty men has persisted in this universe 10 years in the future. Certainly, on the look of that corner, it hasn't really. I have also just noticed FC United losing 4-1 to Brentford. Our former team not doing so well. De Silva whips in quickly. Shackleton saved. Forced on Bamidele, but the flag's up. It's not going to count. Okay, full time here. There wasn't any late drama. There wasn't any late excitement, but I'm kind of okay with that. I feel like the XG story kind of tells the story. A tale of one team. We dominated possession away from home, controlled the game, were very, very impressive. Great to get a clean sheet. And, well, that is two very tricky games played today. Two very good results. We have now got an international break. In 2 weeks, we're going to be back. We've got West Bromwich Albion to end things today. Not quite as sexy as Cardiff, but a trip to the Hawthorns is always good fun. We are back taking on West Brom, and the good news is with the 2 weeks we've had without football, of course, half of our players have been on international duty, but without that football, a couple of players coming back from injury, it means that Gurrutxaga, the man who really has been the standout player in our team, can play. Unfortunately, due to his injury, he missed out on a chance to play more for Spain. Not that long ago, actually. I think it was a couple of months ago. He played for Spain for the first time, the 22-year-old. I would love to sign him permanently. 7 goals in 7, 3 player of the matches. He's been superb. I feel like he's a player who, having now been at the club a couple of years, has kind of got a bit of Palace DNA in him. Unfortunately, doesn't want to sign for me permanently. I did actually manage to negotiate a price of £70 million. You can see here, this was the exact deal I gave to Liverpool. But he wasn't interested in signing for a championship team. So we need to get promoted so I can try and sign Gurrutxaga, because I mean, this guy's way too good for this level. I'm still kind of mind blown we've got him in on loan. Today, he's only fit enough to play 75 minutes, but when he's on the pitch, we just play better. And well, when you look at the team, it's pretty much full strength. There are a couple of players who aren't 100% fit, really, just because they've been on international duty. I'm looking at Middleby and De Silva. But at the same time, I want to go with the best 11 whenever we can. I want to keep this fine run of wins going. You've got to remember, this isn't just an unbeaten run that we're on. It's a run of just winning, winning, winning. We are kind of seeking out perfection, I feel like, in the Championship. We've got a brand of football. We like to dominate possession. We like to knock around the ball with our just really superior technical players for this level. And I'm really, really enjoying, I've mentioned it already today, I'm really, really enjoying the false 9. I think it's just super fun to watch a player play a little bit differently. And also, for me personally, and I don't know if other people can relate to this, there's something quite nice about using a role in Football Manager that you've never really used before. I can't really explain why. It's just nice to play the game differently and to kind of really have a different brand of football. And that is something that we are doing with the false 9. And, well, with a lot of success, as we have an early chance here headed over the bar. Thus far, game has kind of gone as you'd expect. 64% of possession as the away team. We just seize the ball, and then don't let other teams have a play with it. We play piggy in the middle with them. We have fun. Unfortunately, we've had fun without getting a goal just yet, although there is a goal kick here, which is going to be lumped along by West Brom. McCallum through to Bissetti, who has an effort. It's a great block in the end by Talio. But maybe just a little reminder there that for all the sexy possession that we can have, for how good this performance has been, we can still just be undone with one big ball over the top. Oh my word. He just murdered Middleby on the halfway line. I mean, that's a very early red card for West Brom. They've changed their system as a result. They've not got any wide attacking players. I mean, Abdeloui, it's one of the most mental tackles I've ever seen. I'm just glad that Middleby is fine, to be honest. Playing as that false nine, dropped deep, and then one of the centre-backs just charges in through the back of him, 2-foots him. As a result, I'm going to just go more attacking here. And I'm hoping we might be able to get a breakthrough here before half-time. The wing-backs now given permission to really overlap and go forward. We've got a chance here, maybe. Manu Kone to Gurrutxaga. He's back from injury. He's been healed. Hoping he's going to be back on the score sheet and back at his best. Kone plays it forward to Henier, who gets through the middle, has an effort. It's blocked away. And with that block there, West Brom might back themselves to make it in at the break. All square. We might still have a corner, though. It's whipped in. Tilio heads over. 0-0 at the break here is a tad disappointing, but with them down a man, I mean, we've got to back ourselves to win this game in the second half. It's not often this year I've got to be shouty. I'm being shouty. You've not been good enough. Valdir is crying and is also on a booking. Get off the pitch. Jamie Shackleton, on you come. Let's get into the second half. We need to be better. Throw in on the near side. McIntosh with it. What can the right back do for us? And maybe a little isolated, but he picks out Kone nicely, who, well, then attempts to give it back to the wing back unsuccessfully. But we're given possession straight away by West Brom, and we'll look to bring it forward again. Some intricate passing in the wide area. Dink to De Silva. If that's onside, that is such a nice goal. The ball by Manu Kone is mad. One of the few players who was here when we joined the club, who is still here now. A player who I've really built around. And well, Henier to McIntosh. Plays it to Kone. De Silva ghosting in from that left-hand side. Gets goal side of his man. Tucks it into the bottom corner. An early breakthrough. We can now relax a little bit. I say we can relax a little bit. Of course, that's not an excuse for us to get complacent, but I feel like from this position here, it should be simple. It should be straightforward. Omobabidele, Shackleton to Gurrutxaga. Kone now with the ball. 1 assist already. He plays it through the middle. I mean, you know what? I don't even know who that was meant for. It was an awful pass after a superb one earlier. Now I'm just scared of the big West Ham ball through the middle. Although Omobamidele wins the ball nicely and we look to, well, continue our onslaught on goal. The ball played forward to Gurrutxaga, uses his pace, gets in behind, a confident little dink over the goalkeeper. If there were any question marks that with him getting injured for a few weeks, with him missing a few games of football, would there be any rustiness? I think that kind of finish there really answers the question. Henier plays it through. Gurrutxaga turns on the afterburners. He is very, very quick, and you saw it there to nip in, get the ball ahead of the goalkeeper. Nice finish at the end of it, 2-0. And you know what? I'm going to demand more again. And immediately there's a highlight. Henier to Richards. Jamie Shackleton now with the ball. Kone knocking the ball around the edge of the 18-yard box here. Penning West Brom in front of their goal. Not letting them out. Ball played towards Gurrutxaga, who doesn't win everything in the air. Hasn't done so there, but oh my word, Manu Kone, you are filthy, my son. A goal and an assist. That is an outrageous finish from range. I have no idea what possessed him to go for that. Not a bad way to score your first goal for the season, I suppose. Headed away by O'Shea. Kone picks up the ball, hits it into the top corner. Oh, that is, you know what? That is unreal. Going to make our second sub. I'm going to bring in Severin and play him as the false nine. It's definitely a role that he can play for us. He is naturally a striker. So whilst we have played him out on the right, he's going to get to play in his natural habitat here, the 19-year-old. We're going to see what he can do. Middleby, not having the craziest of episodes today compared to some players, but you know what? He's played fine. He's kept things ticking along. And apparently De Silva is also a little bit tired, and I should take him off. I was told that Gurrutxaga shouldn't play the whole game. De Silva's more tired after international duty. So, yeah, I'm going to haul him off the pitch, bring in Kazoo, who immediately is over a corner And there's been a foul in the penalty area. John Brooks or Tetek is going to maybe get put by Brooks here. He's already on a yellow. Are they about to go down to 9? I mean, it's gone from bad to worse for West Brom. We've now got a penalty. It was a pointless foul, really, from a corner. Gurrutxaga over the penalty. Can he score it? Of course he can. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Makes it 4-0. West Brom down to 9. They're in trouble. I've gone attacking for the last 10 minutes and nothing's happened since. It's like West Brom have realised we're not getting anything. We're just going to stick everyone behind the ball. And in the end, we are going to have to settle for 4-0. A pretty emphatic away win. A win that we expect to get going into it, but always nice to win by a comfortable margin. Nice variety of goal scorers. Manu Kone running the show for us. Not a player who necessarily wins a load of Man of the Match awards, but a player who we've been fairly reliant on, I feel like, over our first year or so here at Crystal Palace. So far this year, 7.24 rating. Had that little setback from an injury with that twisted ankle. Nice to see him back in the first team today, though. And with that result there, we make it 14 wins in a row. We have now scored 9 goals and conceded 1 in today's triple header. That is as good as it gets, really. So I am a little bit conscious that this season is probably going to be a bloodbath in the league and that really we should run away with the title. Of course, things can change and, you know, we're not miles away from the teams behind us. Teams like Derby and Huddersfield are performing well. But when you look at the league table, when you look at how we performed today, we are quite evidently the best team in this division. So with that in mind, I think we're going to shift focus to cup runs, at least in episodes. Quite when that means we're going to be back, I'm not entirely sure yet. Our next game in the cup, at least, is in the EFL Cup against Southend United. It's only the 4th round of the EFL Cup. It is League 2 opposition, so I back us to get through that. So theoretically, unless we absolutely bottle things, next time out we're going to come back for the EFL Cup quarterfinals. That will be pretty big. Should we make it that far? I would love to go on a cup run this year. And, well, let's be honest, any way into Europe whilst you're in the Championship, especially when you're a team like ours, we're going to have to look to take. I would love to win a cup whilst in the Championship. And I do feel like with the team that we've got, with the quality that we have, that isn't even out of the realms of possibility. So the good news is we are on course to get promoted. I feel like I can say that fairly confidently 10 games into the season. I mean, there is a rare, slim chance that we could go unbeaten, maybe even win every game. That might be slightly silly talk, but I mean, with how we've played lately, we should be running away with the league. The media have backed us. The board are telling me that I have to do it. Right now, my job looks safe, and already perhaps I should be planning for life in the Premier League next year, where, just as a reminder, we're working towards a Premier League title challenge in 3.5 years' time. I will see you guys tomorrow for more Park to Prem goodness. If you've enjoyed today's video, as always, do smash the like button. As I said at the top of things, let me know what you thought of yesterday's video. Is there such thing as too much detail, as too much talking? Would you rather know everything that's going on in my mind when it comes to the team, my thought process on different stuff? I feel like it's a balancing act. And yesterday, I tried something a little bit different. I would love to know what you thought of it. Other than that, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you guys again tomorrow for more. Until then, it is me, Jack, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.